Good morning to you. It's Daybreak, iFiber One News Radio. I'm Jeff Slakey, 7:39, and Wednesdays, right around this time, we check in with Dale and Jerry, see what they've been up to, and they've been busy. Good morning, gang.
Hi, Jeff.
Good morning, Jeff.
How y'all doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
Good. How was Thanksgiving? Been a week or so?
It was a fulfilling experience.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that you posted on your Facebook that the seals were eating salmon. Were you?
No.
You had
No.
turkey.
No, we had turkey. We had traditional,
Yeah, we didn't do it.
but we
Jeff.
thought the salmon would be appropriate since they were all just laying around on the docks waiting for something.
Sure.
I'm sure they were waiting for salmon.
They were waiting for invite to come over to my place.
And that was just
We had
one of
salmon.
many docks that house many sea lions. This has been a banner year.
Has it?
For the chum run and for the amount of seals lounging around out there, and they're still out there.
But
It's
along
crazy.
with a lot of seals sometimes the orcas come in to have a snack.
Because the seals know the salmon are here.
Yes.
Orcas know the salmon are here.
The seals are
the
here.
salmon.
So it could be the next shoe to drop, so to speak.
Very
so,
sure.
So, but we keep our eyes open for that, but that hasn't happened yet. And like I say, there's several people that chime in every once in a while on Facebook, upwards of some 30 sea lions at a time, almost sinking these little barges that are out there. And they're big fatties. I mean, they are huge.
Well, it's like you see in San Francisco.
Yeah. And so they're just lounging out there when the water's calm, and
That's fun.
just, oh yeah.
That's fun.
Dale likes to talk to him every now and again.
They talk back.
Well, I mean, at
More
least
than I can say for some of the people that I talk to.
So much for that adventure. Adventure for him. It's like weird for me. But as far as Turkey Day goes, we did have just a traditional dinner, and I don't have one lick of turkey left over.
Wow.
I used the whole thing.
Good for
Nothing went
you.
to waste. My daughter and her fiance took home some leftovers, but yesterday I finished off the last turkey with turkey salad sandwiches. Yeah, it was one of the few times where I probably won't get through all the turkey on Christmas, but
You ordered the right size. Then.
We did turkey soup for a couple of days, and now the turkey salad
right.
sandwiches to put the finishing touch on it. So
but there's so many things that you can do with turkey
Yeah.
as well if you don't get tired of the taste
had-
and the time it takes you to use
and
it.
make sure you keep it in the refrigerator because this is a week after Thanksgiving now. So
Oh, yeah, it should be. I would hope you have been refrigerating it. Now, the day before it was Wednesday, and you guys were up at the North Mason Chamber of Commerce. They had their annual Hawk Talk.
yes,
Stephanie Rowland's brother.
yeah, Randy Rowland, and Randy's been the public address announcer for the CX back to the Kingdom days.
Wow.
Maybe from day one, I'm not positive about that, but for many, many years. So he's got some great stories and experiences. So he talked a little bit about some of the neat things that have happened over the years, and then he had a little quiz for everybody and asked
Trivia.
Hawk trivia questions over the years. And I think there's 2 or 3 out there in the audience who are really, really, Joe Meyer, one of them.
Yeah.
Super good memory of the old days of the Seahawks and some of those questions. And it was a lot of fun. And it was it was a festive kind of a atmosphere day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And because it was a Seahawk luncheon, everybody was wearing Seahawk gear. And it was out at the Alderbrook Resort. We had just a blast out there, as we normally do.
Fun, yeah.
Quiet Troy was there and made sure everybody knew that I had arrived to the room. So, yeah, so we had a good time out there last Wednesday.
Good,
Yeah.
good. What else has been going on, Jerry?
More questions than I care to answer. Well, of course, we're all being entertained by if it isn't national news, about the offenders, the celebrities that are sexually offending their co-workers. Then we have the city, our local stuff with the city commission and that going on. That's getting a lot of chatter and a lot of discussion even outside.
Yeah.
What is interesting is, how we deny some of this stuff that we know is real. And, so that's kind of humorous to watch, but it's really sad for our community to react that way. And certainly this 7 commission government may change that a little bit. And then, of course, I've been to the multiple budget meetings. I haven't attended all of them, and this is one of those things where you probably should attend all of them, but the budget meetings have been pretty well attended. The League of Women Voters are there with, keeping track of what's being said. And the numbers change, and trying to get the expenses to fall in line with revenues. And then yesterday they announced that they found another $1.8 million to add to the revenue pile.
Okay.
A couple of the items that they added were, tradition, the DNR timber funds and stuff like that. So it wasn't really a find; it was something they left out, which provided some relief.
Yeah, a little bit of help.
Yeah. That's still the need to go down line by line. And this morning at 9 is the sheriff is briefing again on how they're going to get within that $10 million mark. I believe their budget at the onset was something like 14 million, and it went down to 10. And of course, cars and stuff like that's being discussed because that's a real issue for us.
Sure.
And providing a safe work environment for those patrol officers and whatnot. But so there's a lot into it. It takes a lot, and it takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's how do we get within that? And I think there's some areas I've heard talk on the street about different areas that could be looked at for cost saving, and one of them's travel. If you're talking about serving the public, why do you have such a big travel budget? And some of the travel that's included in that is for training and whatnot.
Right.
But now there's lots of stuff with web training and stuff like that they have adopted some of that, but evidently not all of it can be. And in some other public offices, they actually pay for their own travel because it's their own personal education. So that's one of them that could be debated.
That would be an avenue that you don't hear much people talk about.
Right.
I mean, there is, I don't know what the state or federal thing, it's 54 cents reimbursement a mile or something.
Per mile, yeah.
That adds
substantial.
up.
It's
If you're going over the
reimbursement
mountains or
for
whatever.
that, and the classes are typically paid for, but getting to and from. And if it's required by the county to have, but if it's required for your professional certification, the question is, should the county be paying for that, or should that be an expense of your own? So there's some different ways to look at that, but that's one area of opportunity. And the other thing is just like your household budget. When you go down your household budget and you say, okay, what's essential? And the question I'd like to see the county ask is, does this meet our priorities? And the priorities of government being public safety and public health. How does that meet that mission? Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't, should you have it?
Could be on the block.
Could be on the block.
The old chop block.
The old chop block.
But it's definitely whenever you reduce you don't have the income to support the expenses, you have to look at how you're doing business. And sometimes that means shake out the rug and start all over.
Sure.
So,
start all over from the bottom up.
From the bottom up.
How you feeling, Dale? You been out walking?
I've been walking a lot.
What are good trails this time of year?
Well, they're all interesting because of the weather.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you'll go down one trail and you go back a few days later and it's changed because there's a new tree in your way or a branch or what have you. So, having some fun. I got a little bit stranded late last week after the rain.
Yeah.
And I was out on a trail that looped, and I got 8/10 of the way through the trail, almost to the end, and a huge creek blasting across the trail, farther than I could jump.
Okay.
And deeper than I wanted to. I have my new waterproof boots, but this is like over the boots deep.
You're supposed to be jumping anyways.
White
but
men
regardless.
And I'm not supposed to be jumping anyways, so
White men can't jump.
Yeah, no, you can jump
And
over
so-
this
Big
thing.
boots.
So I almost had to turn all the way around, but with my lightning speed, I only got a little bit wet, and my new boots really performed a lot better than I thought. But I was going up and down, looking for a narrower area to to traverse. The dogs were already on the other side barking at me.
Hey, hurry up.
Yeah, come on, what's up? Come on, let's go, So anyway, so it's been fun, and I don't let the weather deter me. I just bundle up or, gear up for whatever. And
What's the best one that you found that has you come around a bend or something, and then there's the vista
oh, gosh.
of the lake, of the dam, of
Yeah,
the
there's
canal.
a couple of them, but,
Let's get out and explore a little bit.
unfortunately, this park is closed now, and we call it it's called Foothills Park. And it's a little ways up where the garbage
The
dump
transfer
is.
station.
Yeah,
Transfer
yeah.
station is. But it's closed for the winter now. So, but if you sneak in there, I shouldn't say that on the radio, but you can walk up there. You get up to the top of that trail, and there's a vista all the way to Mount Rainier.
Wow.
And it is really breathtaking. So on certain days, it just jumps right out at
On
you.
those clear days.
Clear days
On
if you
those
get
clear
one.
days. Yeah, the vistas lately have been kind of foggy. So.
Good.
So I make sure he takes his phone with him, and he thinks it's to call me if he gets in trouble, but it's to call 911. Keep those search and rescue.
Yeah,
people
get them
busy.
working.
Yeah, I don't want them to get complacent or anything. So, well, we've got holiday magic coming this weekend,
Yeah,
and I
we
guess
do.
Amy's going to be in to talk a little bit about the tree lighting ceremony. We won't dwell on it too much, but we will be there, you and I, for that, and getting everybody to count down. Our sheriff, our police chief, Moody, will be the unofficial celebrity tree lighter this year.
Oh, wonderful.
So that'll be fun. So looking forward to that. And then Saturday night, of course, the parade.
Yeah. We're putting the final touches on that. We'll be at the Shadow of the Clock Tower once again, and we'll stream
Absolutely.
that live on Facebook for folks, so that'll be a lot of fun.
So yeah, big long tradition running here for our holiday magic. First
Long
weekend
time.
of December, and it's the 1st and 2nd of December this year. So
Get it
wow.
right at the beginning of the
And
time.
the weather is going to be a little challenging. People should probably bundle a little.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Little cool, little wet.
Yeah, bring an umbrella or a wetsuit.
Or a wetsuit.
There you go.
All right, let's see here. Anything else, Jerry? Anything else, Dale?
Not.
No.
No. But, if anybody's interested in what happens at the city or the county, they can always watch it on YouTube.
Sure, there is plenty of. I was watching some of it the other day.
Yeah.
As they go through some of these conversations that Mary Lynn's reporting on here this morning.
Yeah.
All right, thank y'all.
They're in
Thank you, Jeff.
Good to see you. 7:51.